She didn't call, not that night. She cooked dinner instead, pasta. Simple something to do with her hands, because her hands were shaking, and she needed them to do something useful. Before her heart did something dangerous, at 2:47 in the morning, a memory came for her, unbidden, uninvited, the way the worst ones always do. She was 10 years old. She had won an essay competition at school, first place out of the entire district. The teacher had framed her certificate herself, because she said, and Zara never forgot this, Samana should celebrate this child properly. Zara had run home that afternoon, faster than she'd ever run, certificate in both hands. Heart so full, she thought it might burst. She burst through the front door screaming, "Mom, Mom, I won first place." Her mother opened the door halfway, looked at the certificate, then looked back into the room. Renee was doing a dress rehearsal for her pageant. The whole family was watching, clapping, cheering. Her mother said, "That's nice, Zara. Put it on the fridge," and closed the door. That was the day Zara stopped bringing things home to show them. Achievements, report cards, art projects. She learned to celebrate herself, alone, quietly in her room, with the door closed, just like theirs. She picked up her phone at 3 a.m., not to call, just to look at the contact again, home. She had never changed the label. 15 years, 2 new phones, 3 new numbers, and every time she transferred her contacts, she kept it as home. She had never let herself examine why, until now, and then, without fully deciding to, she pressed call. It rang 4 times. She almost hung up after the 3rd. Then, a voice, croaky, confused, middle of the night, but unmistakable. Zara, it wasn't her mother. It was her father. He must have had the phone beside his bed, waiting. Her mother said he'd been asking about her every day. Maybe he had been waiting every night, too. There was a long silence between them. 15 years of silence, compressed into about 8 seconds. And then her father said, "I kept your certificate." Zara stopped breathing. "The essay won first place. I found it in the bin 3 days after you put it on the fridge. I took it out. I've had it in my bedside drawer for 25 years. I should have framed it. I should have done a lot of things. I'm sorry, Zari. I am so deeply sorry." And Zara, who had not cried in front of another person in 15 years, who had built an entire fortress out of self-sufficiency, who had taught herself that needing people was dangerous, broke completely and beautifully. They talked until 5 a.m. about everything. And nothing, her father's health, her life, her job, the things he wished he'd done differently, the ways he'd been weak when she needed him to be strong. He didn't make excuses. He just told the truth. At 74 years old, her father finally told her the truth. Before they hung up, he said one more thing. "Your brother and sister don't know